What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TheVaultProScooters. Today we're here for another episode of What's New in Scootering. Today we're going to be taking a look at Aztek's new 2020 line of parts. This is a full range. We got decks, bars, completes, forks, and we're going to be taking a look at all of it today. So, first on our list is the all-new Aztek 2020 Fountain Complete. The Fountain is honestly the ultimate street complete. Aztek did drop the original Fountain Complete last year, but they wanted to bring it back this year with some new upgrades. One of those biggest upgrades is the deck is now 5.5 inches wide. 5.5 inches, guys, on a complete. So you do get comfy, long Aztek grips. These are some of the longest and most comfy grips on the market, which is awesome. Aztek's new aluminum bar. This is 22 inches wide by 26 inches tall. It is riding SCS compression, so you got this Aztek SCS here. Basic Aztek integrated headset here, nothing too special there. Moving on to the deck, it is 5.5 inches wide by 21 inches long. And the wheels on this complete are Aztek Trilogy wheels, which is awesome, just like the previous year. So for 200 bucks, this is a perfect option for anybody that's just getting into the sport, doesn't have too much money, but is looking for a good bang for the buck. And as you guys can see, this is the red and black colorway, but it also does come in an ivory colorway, which I'll show you right now. This is the ivory colorway. Ivory is a new color that Aztek has introduced in this line of parts. It is silver, but it does have a hint of gold in it. I really like it, but all the exact same parts as the black, just instead of black and red, ivory on black. Super awesome, something different, and Aztek killed it. Look at that. We've got that insanely sweet graphic by Aztek. And also a good thing to note is this deck is completely flat, which means grinds. Yeah, grinds are gonna be awesome. All right, moving on to the decks. This is the Lucid Deck. This is Aztek's new street deck, super light. It is super big. We've seen them teasing this for a minute now, but it's super awesome to see it here today. A cool thing to note about the Lucid Deck is it features aluminum dropouts on the back, but it also features aluminum dropouts on the front. So as you guys can see here, these are aluminum dropouts. It looks like the end of a deck. As you can see here, there's a bolt right there. It's pretty cool. I've never seen that before in scootering. But what that is gonna do is ensure that if you're doing 5.0s or something on the back of the deck, it's gonna be smooth, but then if you're doing crooks, it's also gonna be smooth. It does come in two widths. It comes in 5.5 or 6 wide and 22 or 23 long. So I definitely have some options there depending on which you prefer. It does have an 84-degree head tube angle, and on the back, it comes with 2 sets of spacers, so you can fit up to 120mm wheels and up to 30mm wheels. No 12 standard yet. Only the normal 8mm axle for the time being, but knowing Aztek, I'm sure 12 standard conversion will come in the future. But make sure if you do pick one of these up, you don't throw away the spacers, because if you do end up wanting to ride 30 wide in the future, you throw away the spacers. So make sure you guys don't lose that. Here's the bottom of the deck. Got a cool graphic here, super flat. And just in case you guys do not like riding brakes, Aztek did introduce this Lucid Fender. It's a nylon fender. It will only work on the Lucid Deck, so don't buy one of these if you're riding like an Envy deck or something. It's made for this deck. This is the largest size that the deck comes in. This is 6x23, and it comes in at 3 pounds, 6.4 ounces, which is very reasonable. Obviously, if you guys do downsize to one of the smaller sizes, the weight is gonna, reduce by a little bit, but not terribly much, but super light deck. And here's the ivory colorway. Just like the black, nothing's changed. You still get the aluminum deck ends front and back, but this really cool colorway. Before we move on to the Hydra Deck, let's check out some comments from the last episode. The first comment is from Raymond Warner. Yes, the Raymond Warner. He says, so cool to see Vital stuff on the channel. Great job, guys. Thank you for the support. Heart emoji. If you guys have not seen the last episode of What's New in Scootering, make sure you guys check it out up there. We reviewed all the new Vital product, and Raymond had a huge input when it came to the design of that product. So nice to see Raymond giving us some love for reviewing it. So thanks, Raymond. Skeechy Skills says, love the vid, love from New Zealand. That's awesome, dude. It's so crazy to think that we have people all over the world watching these videos. Skeechy Skills, we appreciate you, man. Aiden Skipper says, I love the new series and I hope it keeps going on like the other ones. Dude, Aiden, thank you. We're gonna continue to pump out this series as long as you guys like it. And the way you guys can show that you like it is by smashing that like button and dropping a comment. And the last comment comes from Leafy_, and he asks, what about the Aztek Hydra Deck? All right, man, let's just get into it. Let's just do the Hydra Deck. Here it is, the Aztek Hydra Deck. Can you see me? There's a hole in the middle. I can see you guys. It's here. Hands down, one of the most anticipated decks of 2019. Ever since they've been teasing it, you guys have wanted to see it, and we finally got our shipment, and here they are. If you guys do not know, this right here is the lightest deck in scootering currently. Obviously, we're not talking about razor decks or anything. When it comes to professional trick scooter decks, this is the lightest it gets currently. Aztek really went in with this deck. They actually removed the weakest point of a deck. So as you guys can see, there's not a welded on head tube right here. The head tube and deck curved down into one piece. So not only did they make a light deck, they also made a very strong deck. We've never seen anything like this in scootering. I'm sure there's prototypes all over the world, but when it comes down to something that you guys can get your hands on, this is the first that I've ever seen. Of course, the hole down the middle is to reduce weight, but the gap is small enough that I don't think you guys are gonna have any issues with your toes getting caught or anything like that. It's pretty small. I had my doubts when I first saw photos of the deck, but now that it's here in front of me, you're good, you're good. It does come 5 inches wide by either 19.5 inches long or 20.5 inches long. Just like the Lucid Deck, it does have an 84-degree head tube angle. It does have a top mounting brake here. The brake just kind of sits here. When it comes to compatibility for brake, I'm honestly just gonna go ahead and say I don't recommend riding any other brake other than the brake that comes on it. Either ride this brake or don't ride any brake, but I don't advise riding any other aftermarket brake from any other brands, just because this is the first time I've seen a deck with this kind of braking system, and I don't want to sell you guys something that you can't ride. You guys can see it does have aluminum dropouts. It's gonna make grinds super easy, and it does look like you guys can only ride 24mm wide wheels by 120. No bigger. That's pretty much what Aztek said it to be, so make sure you guys do not buy anything bigger than 120 by 24mm. No surprise, of course it comes in ivory. Nothing's changed, exact same deck, beautiful ivory colorway. The moment you guys have all been waiting for, let's grab the scale and let's weigh the Hydra Deck. 2 pounds, 5.1 ounces. Wow. Wow, that's like really light. 2 pounds. 2 pounds, 5.1 ounces. That is incredibly light. Hands down, lightest deck on the market. Of course, that is with a brake, axle, and spacers. If you guys are looking to upgrade your deck, it's a bit pricey. The Hydra Deck is $250. That is US, of course, before tax. It is a bit pricey, but once again, you're paying for what you're getting. This is the lightest deck on the market, so if you are a park rider, highly recommend you guys pick one of these up. If you are a bit of a bigger rider or somebody who does break decks pretty often, I will advise you, this might not be the deck for you. Of course, when you're getting a lighter product, it's not necessarily gonna be as strong as some of the other decks out there. The Hydra Deck is strong, but if you're going through decks left and right, don't be surprised if you break one of these too. All right, so that is it for decks. Let's move on to the bars. This is their all new strong and reliable chromoly steel T-bar. Every company has one. This is Aztek's. It is called the Davinci bar. They actually notched the down tube here. As you can see, there's a little indent. What that did was give them a little bit more surface to weld the crossbar to, which increased the strength of the bar. The Davinci bar comes 24 inches wide, 28 inches tall. It is only standard, so you're looking at SCS compression, IHC compression, or mini HIC compression. It does not come with a slit, as you can see. It does come in 2 colorways. This is the black colorway. Let me go ahead and grab the other one. Real quick, what color do you think it is? It's not ivory. It's not. It's chrome. I was so surprised. This is like the only product in their whole 2020 catalog that doesn't go with the whole palette of the whole color palette that they were doing before. It's chrome. Same specs as the matte black, standard diameter 24, 28, no slit. Just comes in this flashy chrome colorway. So as you guys can see, Aztek does have a bit of a street and park catalog going here. That was a chromoly steel bar. They also did make an all new aluminum bar, so let's check that out. This is the Aztek Apollo aluminum bar. This is actually the same bar that comes on the Aztek Fountain Complete. When they made a 6-wide deck and a steel T-bar, they had to make the Hydra Deck and an aluminum bar for all you park riders out there. So that's exactly what they did. The Apollo bar does come with these reinforced gussets here. So if you guys are throwing those insane bridie flip combos and you're stomping it pretty hard, these reinforcements here are gonna stop the bar from bending. So it's a good thing to note in case you didn't know that. They do come at 24 inches tall by 23 inches wide. If you guys aren't familiar with Aztek's previous aluminum bar, the Odyssey bar, they were only SCS compatible, and these bars are the exact same. The inside of the bar is not a normal standard inner diameter. It is standard on the outside, but these bars cannot be ridden with IHC or mini HIC compression. If you try to fit the fork in there, it's not gonna work. These can only be ridden with SCS. I'll make that clear to you. Can only be ridden with SCS. It does come in two colorways. This is the black. Let me go ahead and grab the other. Are you guys guessing what color this one is? It's ivory. Oh my gosh. So they did chrome and black with the other bars, but they did ivory and black with these ones. Maybe it's because it's steel. I don't know. Everything else is aluminum. It makes sense to me. We've been over this 100 times this video. Same exact product, just a different color. So pick up whatever colorway you like more. One more time. SCS only. Talking to you, you got it? All right, and before we do move on to the forks, in case you guys are wondering where the wheels are, we actually got a little bit of an early shipment, so we went ahead and reviewed the wheels in the last episode of What's New in Scootering. If you guys haven't seen it, right there, if you want to know anything about these wheels, that's where you'll find it. But enough about these, let's move on to the forks. If you guys can't see the trend here, Aztek does aim for light and strong. The Hydra Deck is the lightest deck on the market, and the original Circa fork was the lightest fork on the market. This is the all-new Circa V2. It is practically identical to the original Circa fork. There is just a few cosmetic changes. There is some new laser etching here on the side of the fork, and the fork now comes in a full range of colors. Before I show you those, we will go over basic specs. It can only fit up to 110 millimeter wheels by 24 mil. It does come included with a M8 bolt and a washer, so Don from Aztek, if you're watching this, thank you. That is a huge thing. A majority of forks do not come with it. A lot of people don't know that you need it, so they buy the fork, they buy a whole scooter, and they end up not having this. So thank you for including it. And it does come with a 6 millimeter male to female axle. Let's go ahead and weigh this before we move on to the other colors. Do keep in mind the weight is gonna be with the M8 bolt and cap, because of course you are gonna be riding it with these on it. 7.8 ounces, still the lightest fork on the market. So combine this with the Hydra Deck, you're gonna go flying away if you fly out of a ramp, dude. That's so light. This is the black colorway. Let's go ahead and check out the other three. This is the ruby colorway. So as you guys can see, it is this nice pink. I definitely like it. Not enough pink parts in scootering, so I'm super hyped that Aztek did approach it with this color. The aqua colorway, a nice light blue. If you guys do remember, Aztek dropped a light blue colorway of the original Circa fork, and it's pretty much this identical colorway, but of course this one does feature the new look. Last is ivory. Of course, this is gonna match all the other ivory parts that we looked at today, and these are going to match the color of all the Aztek wheels that came out as well. All right, so let's move on to the last product of the video, which is the all-new Templar Fork. We always wondered when Aztek was gonna hop on the wave of wide wheels. It's been a trend in scootering for a few years now where people are really enjoying the wider wheel. Aztek is pretty much always stuck with 24 mil, but with this new release, not only did they drop the Ermine XL wheels, which are 30 wide by 115, they had to make a fork to fit the wheels, and that's exactly what the Templar Fork is. A key note with this fork is it can fit wider wheels, but it can actually only fit wider wheels. So a majority of forks that do fit 30 wide wheels come with spacers just in case you want to ride 24 mil. This fork does not. This Aztek wheel, like I showed you earlier, 30 wide, it'll work on this fork perfectly. So if you guys are looking for a fork to fit 24 wide, do not pick this guy up. It can only work with 30 wide and up to 115. So it can't even fit 120s. So take that into account if you guys are gonna pick one of these up. It does come with the M8 cap and bolt included, which is awesome, and the exact same axle as the Circa fork as well. Very similar. This one can just fit 30 wide. That one can fit 24 wide. So let's go ahead and weigh it. The Templar Fork does weigh 8.3 ounces, so a little bit more than the Circa. Of course, since it's a little bit more surface to make it wider, it's gonna weigh a bit more, but it's honestly so small, I don't even think you notice the difference. So pick up a set of the Ermine XL wheels and the Templar Fork, you're gonna be good to go. Let's go ahead and check out the other colors that this guy comes in as well. Just like the Circa fork, the Templar Fork comes in the same 4 colors. I just showed you the black. This is the ruby, this is the ivory, and this is the aqua. Same 4 colors. It's gonna match the Ermine wheels perfectly. Make sure you guys pick up a set together, and honestly, you're gonna have a color combination that not a lot of other brands out there have. That is it for this episode of What's New in Scootering. All the links for the products that I just showed you will be down below, so make sure you guys check them out if you'd like to purchase anything that you saw here today. Make sure you smash the like button, drop a comment. As you saw, I did read some comments in the video today, so make sure you do comment if you guys want a chance to be in one of the videos in the future. My name's Austin. My Instagram will be down below if you want to check me out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.